All right, reality hit Man United fans pretty quickly from Saeed fighting actual people in the car park. It finally happened for Saeed TV after the game. They lose to Everton 1-0. Terry Flowers from the football terrace losing his mind on the stream in his monologue after Man United completely shot their bed at home against Everton, against a freaking 10 men Everton, bro. Every time, I like Mark Goldbridge completely lost his mind in the match review after. Gary Neville is criticizing Amarim. Listen, I'm gonna just tell you something. Every time I am actually saying that Man United, oh, they turned the corner, 5 games without a loss. They just come back with the goods. They come back with the goods that is making us all laugh. We're gonna show you the videos. We're gonna show you parts of Saeed actually talking about the car park and fighting people at the car park. Terry Flowers, of course, losing his mind. And I'm gonna comment on all the videos here. I'm gonna just give you my opinion on the game as well. It's just kind of an analysis slash let's have a laugh slash let's see what other people's opinions as well. But make sure we are trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. So hit that like button if you guys are here. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. The like button looks like thumbs up underneath the video. It helps YouTube, pushes this video to the new viewers as well. A comment goes a long way. So leave a comment below. What do you think as well? I'm going to try to ask you questions during this video, of course. And maybe I want to hear from you in the comment section. Turn on the notification bell to know when we go live. And without further ado, we'll talk about the sponsorship later, where you can get a vintage shirt like this for £15. You can scan the QR code. We'll talk about it later. But let's start right away with Saeed fighting people in the car park.
Wallahi, every single Manchester United player and manager, meet me in the car park, bro. Meet me in the car park. 10 men Everton. 10 men Everton. For how long have come here? 10 years on the spin. And they've come away with nothing, bro. And you were like David Moyes. David Moyes, yeah, we hounded out 10 years ago, bro. 10 years ago. And he's come here, the easiest. Let me tell you something. The easiest 1-0 victory you'll ever see. And who allowed that? Manchester United Football Club. You players, yeah, and you're the manager, Ruben Amorim, yeah? Bunch of weak, spineless individuals. You made it easy for them today, bro. Easy. They even have to set themselves off to make it easy for us. And yet we couldn't capitalize, bro. 10 men we are talking about.
Yeah, Man United losing at home at 10 men, regardless of the context, actually. I think the players let the manager down. I think the manager made some mistakes. We'll talk about the 3 at the back and him leaving all these defensive players on the pitch when he has a man up. And what do you guys think? So let me ask you the first question about this. Do you think Ruben Amorim made a mistake by sticking to 3-5-2? The thing about it, I support a team that plays 3-5-2 or 3-4-3, whatever you want to call it. We play 3-5-2. And we don't change the system even if we play against 10 men. We don't. As Inter, we don't change the system. You don't have to change the system. You can be more offensive by pushing players up. And I think that is the mistake he did, in my opinion. But Saeed, I think he's losing his head, and rightfully so. You cannot be going to Old Trafford to play a game against an Everton team when they had an early red card and lose 1-0, and you cannot even, like, Pickford had about 3-4 good saves. But I didn't think that Man United were, like, troubling Everton so much. Everton sat back, and they had... I think they were comfortable, Everton. I know that there was a couple of crosses where Pickford had saves, as I said. But I think they were comfortable.
Wallahi, billahi, man. And people had the audacity to say I'm overreactionary. Am I overreactionary now? Tell me now. Am I overreactionary? I'm here. People are telling me there is progress. This football is not good enough. The manager sat there for 94 minutes, yeah? I did not change the formation one time. Wallahi, you absolute incompetent manager, bro. We will get nowhere with this manager. 5 at the back. 5 at the back.
That's part of the thing that I keep saying about Manchester United fans. They're so stuck in this 5 at the back thing that they don't realize that it is not about 5 at the back or 4 at the back or 2 strikers. It is about the positioning of your 2 center backs. Actually, sometimes 5 at the back would allow your 2 center backs. Like, for example, when you see an interplay with Bastoni going forward or Akanji going forward when Manchester City sometimes played with a box midfield. You see one of the centre backs going forward. You see Gavardo going forward as the left centre back. It's about the positioning of the player. It's about the commitment. It isn't about the formation. They want to I think they want to crash it so much on the formation that they're not seeing the truth about some of the commitments of these players and the execution that is happening on the pitch for Manchester United. They had some chances. Bruno had a chance and he chose to play to the outside of the foot. And it was shit. The crosses from Dorgo are shit. Mazraoui is not playing well. He got infected. The Man United virus that cannot reach Mazraoui. It did reach Mazraoui, who was good last season for Man United. Some of the players cannot even cross the ball. De Ligt had the best cross in the game. De Ligt. It's ridiculous. And I hear what he's saying, but the formation, it isn't about the formation, bro. Losing at home. If you play 2 whatever, if you play 5-5 whatever, if you play 4-4-2, it doesn't matter. You're Man United playing at home against a 10-man Everton. The position, the formation doesn't matter.
Against 10-men Everton. Explain that to me. Explain it to me, please. Everton just went side to side, and we made it so easy, predictable. That's what this football is. It's predictable. You know what to do. Just sit in a low block, sit 2 banks of 4, and that's it. You've got your win. And the manager's there. He sat down 1 minute, he stood up. He's looking at the sky 1 minute, he's looking at the floor 1 minute. Brother, this is not therapy, this football club, bro. If you want therapy, go see a psychologist. This is Manchester United Football Club. We're here. We're here. Manchester United Football Club, we're here. This is not no therapy. Every week, I struggle. I feel good, I feel bad. Brother, are you okay in the head, bro? Are you okay in the head? You need to be the Manchester United manager. Act like one. David Moyes. We hounded him out. We hounded this manager out because it wasn't good enough.
And he came and beat us with 10 men. Embarrassing!
Wallahi, I don't want to see nobody fucking chat to me. You see, wallahi, billahi, tallahi, I'm here, Old Trafford, every single week, yeah? Wallahi, come and meet me here. If you want to talk, let's talk. Because I'm not
Go and meet Saeed at the car park. But watch now, the fans that are coming out of the gate are actually now going to be riled up against him. Watch this.
having people telling me I'm lying. I'm not having people say I'm overreacting. I'm watching with my own eyes. 5 in the back. Is this what we live for? Is this what you want to watch? Everton fans, yeah, wallahi, not once, yeah, they made some decision at the end. At the end. Players were begging to come off. We got lucky against Chelsea. Let's be honest. And even then, they look better than us. Progress, you know, progress. Results, yes. But I saw through it. I saw through the lies. The manager of the football club had said, yo, we want to play long ball. Long ball tactics. The manager is admitting he wants to play long ball at this football club.
And this fucking system is fucking done out here. And most of you are fucking too scared to fucking say it.
It's all about the system. What about the what about the players? What about the quality of some of the players? What about the game good and game bad? Why they're not talking about this? What about Lenioro today? Why they aren't talking about Lenioro? The guy literally was shit. He was shit. Talk about Lenioro. It's all the manager. Yes, the manager, fine. Isn't this the manager that won against Brighton and Sunderland and Liverpool and Chelsea? I know maybe he might not be good, which is fine. I'm not, listen, you're Man United, you should sack the guy, fine. But again, with the same thing, we cannot just sit here and analyze football matches and say that some of the players are good. Some of the Man United players are not good. Maybe you talk about playing Ahmad at right wing back, he doesn't have Cunha. Sesko's not there. Xerxes was shit. Talk about the chances came to Xerxes. The guy cannot pass the ball to save his life.
Gone out here.
But I don't care if I'm
20 minutes to go, we're playing with 3 centre-backs. Put one of them fucking in a box, at least.
We fucking came here, bro. Wallahi, there's a guy, yeah? He's come from fucking Texas. And he's left early. He's left early. I'm from round the road. And I've stayed here. Shame on me, man. Booed. We got booed. off, and rightly so. For once, the Old Trafford crowd had a bit of respect about themselves today. They had a bit of respect about themselves. I cannot understand. The players are not getting away with it, by the way. The players are a bunch of absolute disgrace.
Finally, he's calling out the players. Yeah, finally, I want to hear this from Mr. Saeed TV. Make sure to check him out. Subscribe, people, to Saeed TV, of course.
Losing the 50-50s, walking around the pitch. Bruno Fernandes. I told you. Should have sold him in the summer. But he's got to save us. Fucking save us for what, man? Chill out what? What do you mean chill out? Are you watching this shit? What do you mean chill out? We just lost. What do you mean chill out?
Watch the same game.
Yeah, and?
Enjoy the atmosphere.
Enjoy what atmosphere? What do you mean? Look at this, man. I'll take back what I said. We've got people here for a day out. No, seriously, man. We've got people here for a day out. Hey? Look at this, man.
Oh, they're writing him up. This is one of the best things. I'm sorry. Like, it's his own. Like, I'm sorry for him, to be honest, for Saeed, because he has the right to say whatever he wants. Everyone can say whatever they want, right? That fan had no right to tell him to chill out. It's up to him. You know, you can be angry about your football club. It's up to you. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't think he's saying lies. Like, he's seen his own football club that he has loved and watched for years being destroyed.
We got people here for a day out, man. Wallahi, our club is finished. They're telling me to relax. Manchester United Football Club needs to sort this out, bro. This system is not working. The manager is not working. Wallahi,
But the previous system didn't work. And the previous manager didn't work. And the manager before didn't work. And the player before didn't work.
We can get top 4 this season. We can get top 5. Call me only the one deluded. This squad, this league, yeah? Let me tell you something. Please, I'm sorry. Please. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Please. Now, shut the fuck up, man. Seriously. Respectfully, yeah? Respectfully, then, innit?
He's telling them, shut the fuck up respectfully. It's the funniest thing ever. Shut the fuck up respectfully, though.
You know, man. Seriously, man. Said, sure, wallahi, billahi, wallahi, man. I'm here. I want this club to succeed. I want this club to succeed, bro. I'm not here for no games, bro. I went to Bilbao. Cost me nearly £1,000.
I know he's going to talk about Bilbao and then he's going to bring the rest to AA and Nuruddin to talk and everything. But I think he's losing his mind. And I have no doubt that Saeed wants the best of this football club for Manchester United. And it's his way of, like, the same as others as well. You know what I mean? Like, you can call him whatever. You can, by the way, you can call Saeed negative, you can call Staffy negative, you can say Terry positive, negative, whatever you want to call him. But I don't doubt that they want the better for the football club. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Saeed. But the next one is Terry Flowers losing his mind and calling everyone cowards. Cowards. You're a coward. You're a coward. Everyone is a coward. But before that, if you're still here, hit that like button, people, and subscribe to the channel. If you're here, hit that like button and subscribe to that channel. And also go check out all the guys' channels, of course, the Football Terrace, Saeed TV, the United Stand, and just check them out. But we can just play you the Terry's clip. But I want to hear your opinion about Saeed. Is Saeed too negative? Or you think Saeed has the right to be that mad? Because some people say, listen, the first loss in 6 games is not that bad for Man United. But it's the manner of the loss. So let's hear what Terry said about the players. Let's hear parts of his clip.
Bang home this advantage. It's cowardly. Yellow belly, chicken hammering tonight. Chicken hammering. And as the game went on, and this probably has pissed me off more than any of it, utterly embarrassing. Amorim had no business keeping 3 centre-backs on the pitch for 90 minutes. 90 minutes we're lining up with 5 at the back. When air goal kicks. We weren't even winning the first and second ball, by the way. Shambles. It was tactical negligence and malpractice. The lack of adaptation was criminal from start to finish in this game. And Amorim got it wrong in every single department. Other than Mount coming on and Mainu coming on, those are the only decisions that were correct. But what he really got wrong is he kept those 3 centre-backs on. So
I disagree completely with this, in my opinion. It is not about the centre-backs, because at the end, you're getting to the right place to cross. It's about the quality of the players as well. And I'm going to keep saying this. he's asking Luke Shaw to go forward. The problem with Amarim today, it's about the personnel. He should have taken Yoro out and put Mazraoui there and asked him to go and support and put Amad Diallo as right wing back. And Terry said that. I don't think it's the three at the back. You can actually get advantage by having three at the back, by pushing the Amkes just said that. But I don't think why Man United fans all are stuck in this three at the back thing. They're stuck. They're stuck. And I don't think they see how sometimes the players get to the right place and he cannot shoot, or he cannot cross, or he cannot deliver a simple pass. They're trying to play some passes around the 18 and they're just giving it to Everton. I think that is what they fail to see.
So there were times, and Gary Neville was going on about it, and I hate when Gary Neville's right about the team on a negative front, because the whole world hears it, but the whole world's got to hear it. What was he doing? I don't dislike Euro. I'm not having a go at Euro. But it wasn't the shape. It was the individuals in it. Why is Euro on the ball there? Get Euro off. Got Lacey on the bench. Throw a youngster on who's more comfortable in the attacking area.
He said it. I didn't hear that part before, but he said it. It's like he just remove Euro, and Euro was shambles. It was shambles.
Move some players around, but they were no threat to us. They had not a shot on goal after they scored. And we still had Shaw and Euro standing there. Mannequins. Mere mannequins at Old Trafford tonight. It was like walking around H&M. Absolutely abysmal on every single level. Abysmal. And do you know what, Amarim? I said it after the Grimsby game, and I meant it then, that if he got sacked, I'd understand it on every single level. I'd understand it on every level if he gets sacked. Same as tonight. If the announcement came out, I'd go, I get it. 10th in the league. Opportunity to go 5th. Gets his lineup wrong, substitutions wrong, no adaptation. You've got to blame the manager for that. Horrendous. I'm not saying sack him. I'm not saying keep him either. I'm indifferent. I have apathy. If you don't understand what it means, look it up on the internet. I'm not letting the players off the hook, though. Everything I've said about Amarim stands. I'm making the biggest issue tonight. We can debate and argue the percentage. If you want to say 80, great. If you want to say 60, great. The majority is with Amarim, but I'm not letting these players off the hook. I'm not letting them off the hook. I've got a list here. Terry's list in my Grinch book. Listen to this, okay? Now, system, yes, is a problem. And you could argue some of these, if you had better players in that position, they could do better. But I'm sorry, I'm not letting these players off the hook.
He took notes of that. I'm just going to show you parts of it, and you can go and check out the whole video. It's on Terry Fleur's channel. But, bro, this was crazy. I've never seen this in my life.
Look, let's go. Bruno pouring his challenge on Dewsbury Hall. Euro pouring his challenge on Dewsbury Hall for their shot on goal. Could Lemaine's got a stronger hand on it? Maybe. But Euro should be much stronger. Bruno much better. Player mistake. Dorgu's miss at the far post. Getting close to half-time. Zero composure. His mistake. Ahmad put through on goal. Very similar to Sheshko away at Brentford. All he needs to do is control it well. First touch is a pass. Goes to the goalkeeper. Player mistake. Xerxes. I counted, by the way, today in the game. And it happened less in the second half because of the way they played. But in that first half, 7 times he gave the ball away in an unforced error.
That is what I wanted to say. Every time the ball went to this guy, Xerxes, he just passed it to Everton. It just is playing with Everton. It's like he was wearing the blue. And I'm like, what is going on? Why his passes are even under hit or over hit? He just threw it to a throw in or just gave it to... Every time Mbuemo passed him the ball, he just gave it to Everton. And then just stop giving him the ball, in my opinion. Just stop. Stop giving the guy the ball. He's right.
7 times. Player mistake. Maz has the ball on the right-hand side. 4 attackers versus 2 in the middle. Hits the first man. Player mistake.
This is what I was saying. Mazraoui got to the right places to cross or put a good pass. It just hits the Everton player at the near post. Dorgu cannot even cross to save his life. Right? And then, if Amarim plays Dallo, Man United fans say that he's shit. If he plays whoever, if he plays Amad Diallo on the right wing back, it's the only one that is good. And then they say Amad Diallo needs to be a 10. There's no pleasing these people.
Mistake. Bruno Fernandes has a shot well saved, to be fair. Then Ahmad gets played in. He has options to square it to the right. What does he do? Scuff shot. Player mistake. Mbuemo, we're attacking 48th minute just before half-time. Breaks the line, runs through. Can play the ball into Xerxes. Underhits it. Gets cut out. Falls back to him. Can now play it into Ahmad. Overhit. Cut out. Player mistake.
Exactly that. And it's going to keep going and going and going and going. This is ridiculous. What happened to Manchester United is something today. Some of the players have to be held accountable. They cannot do the basics right, you know? The basics. It's actually crazy. But go check out the whole video. But I want you just to hear one part of the Mark Goldbridge video. But I hear Terry, the players do shit. Do shit. I was just saying the same. Some of the players are shit. And some games they play good. Some games they play awful. Some games you see that player and it's just basic. It's commitment. It's mentality. It's focus. It's mental preparation before the games. Because you are not going to tell me that Xerxes doesn't know how to pass the ball, right? He knows how to pass the ball. But he just doesn't know. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Hit that like button if you're here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're enjoying this content, share it on your social media or share it. Just click the share button and let's see. Let's hear Mark, because he said a couple of things that are very, very important.
And let me just pay a bit of respect to Everton. They deserve to win that game. They deserve, I mean, what would it have been if they'd have had 11 players? They might have beat us 4-0. That's the worst performance of the season by United. We're getting gradually worse. Forest in the second half, Spurs, and now this. Shite. You know, I didn't like the Forest and Spurs games, but people went, it's a good point. Can I just say this? I was so angry after Spurs. I was so angry after Forest. And I was here and people were going, yeah, but we'd have lost this game last season. This is a good point against Spurs because we'd have lost it last season. We beat Everton 4-0, you bloody idiots. We've just lost to them. So where's your, we're making improvements? Where's your, we're moving in the direction? Oh, it doesn't matter if we play badly because we're moving in the right direction. We ain't moving in the right direction. We're going back down again. People think the Europa League final was the lowest point. I always say we might not have hit the bottom of the barrel. And again, I'm not convinced that we have. We may end up having to sack another manager again. And will the next manager come in and keep the same shit? Because that's the problem here. I go back to that. It's always the same problem. We always ignore the previous manager's mistakes. Amorim has taken no notice of what Ten Hag did. And Ten Hag took no notice of what Rangnick did. And we'll bring another manager in who goes, I'm not interested in what Amorim done. I'm my own man. I've got my own ego. I've got my own ideas. Everyone gets another chance. And this is the mistake we keep making. We never recruit a manager and ask them, have you looked at what Rangnick said? Have you looked at what Ten Hag did? No, we don't. We get a manager who comes in and goes, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it like this. And you know what? My leadership team is going to be the leaders who fucked up the last manager.
Because the most of the Man United fans, the most of the Man United managers that come in are they're always the promised one. Only at the wheel. Ten Hag is going to come. Era's come to an end. Ruben Amorim is going to change the whole club. Oh, I believe in this gaffer. I believe in this manager. People keep saying this. But I think it's a problem with the club. I think the club needs a leader that will be able to change the whole mentality of the players. And I said that plenty of times. And maybe it's not Amorim. Maybe it is Amorim. I don't know, but it looks like the players have a shit mentality. And what I mean by a mentality, it's a winning mentality. I explained this yesterday on my live show when I was talking to the people about the Spurs. It is when a player goes to Manchester United, it is okay to lose. It's not the end of the world. And a loss brings a loss. It's about the culture. And the culture, I'm not talking about the training ground. I'm talking about accepting losses. It became the norm. It became like it's okay. Like the Everton players, when they lose a game, they move on to the next one. And I feel Man United have become the same. It's not the end of the day if they lose a game. It is not. I know that this game looked bad, but it's just 2-3 seasons ago since Sir Alex Ferguson left. It's the same problem, and people that played football know exactly what I'm talking about.
We need to bloody, an Ineos. Adjust the glazers with strings on. Oh, yeah, at the end of the day, 3 years, it's a long job, it's the end of the day, we're in it for the long run, we want to build a stadium and get Coldplay here every year and, the Jaguar Ravens or whatever they're called, We've got money to make, get a new kit out, make it look like the one from the 90s, we'll sell that off as well, it's all about that, get cinema, champers, and that's it. People start talking when we draw against Spurs and we're 5 games unbeaten. They start going, you know what, at the end of the day, I'm loving what Ineos are doing. Yeah, I'm loving what Ineos are doing. They finally get it. We're heading in the right direction. We're fine. Yeah, give Casemiro a new contract. Keep Maguire.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. Keep Maguire, give Casemiro a new contract. I think that was absolutely shambolic. by some of the Man United content creators and some of the Man United big accounts and the journalists and everybody. And I think it's absolutely crazy. For the last part, Gary Neville hitting some hard truths. And I want you guys to hear that part before we end the show, because this is like a minute or less. And I want to hear about Mark Goldbridge is hitting the nail in the head. It is, I think it's not about the players. It's not about, I think there is a whole problem with how people look at the club, talk inside the club. Like everyone at the club has a problem. And I think it's a problem that is not going to be solved now, but it might get solved momentarily if they get a bigger personality, in my opinion. And I don't know who's that bigger personality, but somebody.
Well, there's a lot fewer Manchester United supporters in the ground. Now the hard bit about their display tonight. You were particularly frustrated during the commentary about Amorim's reaction to the situation and not maybe the substitutions, the positioning of players.
Well, look, we can start with the manager, but I think we must start with the players. You have to, when you're playing football at the Premier League, I'm not even going to say at Manchester United, I'm just going to say at Premier League and professional level, you've got to adapt to the circumstances within the game. In the first half, I mentioned it looked as if they'd not planned how to play with 10 men. And I'm probably, to be fair, letting them off the hook, the players there, with regards to, well, it's pretty damn obvious, isn't it, how you play with 10 men? You shift the ball a bit, well, you shift the ball quicker, you shift it from side to side, you switch play, you stretch the pitch and make it as big as possible, and this pitch always feels big at Old Trafford. You make sure that you literally run the other team ragged. Manchester United kept, at times, 3 and 4 and 5 players, maybe not behind the ball, but maybe behind, well, just a one Everton player with Barry up front. The 3 at the back had to form differently. They had to change. Now, that doesn't mean to say, I know that Ruben Amorim has said he'll never change his 3 at the back system. I get it. But I'm sorry. Luke Shaw has to go forward and play like a left winger.
Thank you so much. That is an absolute, he's spot on about this. And I keep saying this to everyone that is watching this and everyone that talks about Man United. Luke Shaw could have been a left wing back forward and Dorgo could be higher and they can be 2-on-1 because Everton had a man down. And De Ligt and Euro could have handled Barry. There is also the urgency for some of these Man United players. Just that last 2 minutes, Euro is not even asking for the ball to be played quickly from the throw-in. It's absolutely shambolic.
He has to. Bring Euro around with De Ligt. Make sure that they mark Barry. Snuff him out. One of you pick him up. Get tight. One of you drop off behind. Make sure he doesn't get the ball. And Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes move forward. Make sure you don't play again too deep. And the rest of the players, to be fair, make sure you try and create some form of overload. I mean, I played here as 10 men a lot of times. And quite simply, you would never see me back. I'd be literally as wide as possible with either David Beckham or Antonio Valencia or Cristiano Ronaldo on that right-hand side. And Ryan Giggs and Dennis Irwin or Patrice Evra would be as wide as possible on this side. And you'd leave basically Scholes in there, literally switching play, which Bruno Fernandes can do, and you'd have that 4 in midfield of Everton charging from side to side, and eventually you work them, you fatigue their legs, you get bodies in the box. Manchester United left 1 man up front all night in Xerxes. They had to have 2 up. Just forget the 2 up from a point of view of changing your system, Ruben. 2 up from a point of view of when there's crosses going in the box, you've got presence.
Exactly that. That is the main point. I think it's about the players. I genuinely believe there is a systemic problem at Manchester United, and it won't be solved quickly, as I said. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. You can go and watch these on Sky Sports as well. You let me know in the comment section. Like, every like counts, so 1 like for every view would be fantastic. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys on the next video. And make sure to check out okjersey.com. Very affordable football shirts with very, very high quality, like the one I'm wearing. And make sure to use the code JUDGE for an 8% discount. And I will see you guys later. And we are out here, people.